life difficult for so many Canadians from an affordability perspective. It was revealed this week that the deputy leader of the Conservative Party, the member from Thornhill, is lobbying for Walmart, and the campaign director for the Conservative Party has been lobbying for Loblaws. The Conservative Party doesn't want to talk about problems in provinces or in territories in Canada. They just want to say the same line over and over again to drive up anxiety, to get Canadians all mad, and to blame something simple like a carbon price that actually sends more money back to families than it costs. Mr. Speaker, this Conservative Party is completely devoid of ideas and suggestions for affordability for Canadians, and they've just stayed on the exact same 3 or 4 topics for the last 2 years.
The honourable member for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes.
A lot to unpack there, but I'll give you a couple quick numbers real quick. 10,200 people wrongly and illegally quarantined by this broken app that cost $54 million. An absolute failure, not worth defense. But we're not going to take any lessons on lobbying from a government that has a minister, the minister for Oakville, whose husband worked for a company that received millions, tens of millions of dollars while she sat in cabinet. So you've got a minister whose husband is working for a company and taking millions of dollars. We've seen this government reward Liberal insiders for 8 years on the backs of Canadians. I haven't heard a single Canadian in any of my meetings say, tax me harder. And that's what this Liberal government seems to think, that, oh, we meet with everyone. Yep, no, your taxes are fine. That's absolutely preposterous. Removing their carbon tax will help restore affordability to food prices, to energy prices. People need to be able to heat their homes, feed their families. That's why we're going to axe the tax, focus on technology, and we're going to cut these Liberals.
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Again, just slogans and no solutions, Mr. Speaker. It's actually astonishing to see people who believe themselves to be a government in waiting to come forward with absolutely no policy recommendations or ideas, just to get rid of something that's actually working. Our emissions in Canada are down. And it's absolutely the case that our emissions in Canada are down, and that 1/3 of those emissions reductions are attributable to pricing carbon. It wasn't even 2.5 years ago that all of these Conservative members went door to door to profess to their constituents that they cared about climate change under the auspices of Erin O'Toole, and they had a carbon price plan or some sort of a Zeller's catalog to reward. It was called "The More You Burn, the More You Earn," or something like that, Mr. Speaker. These Conservatives are out of touch. They are not talking to regular Canadians. They repeat their slogans over and over again, and they've got no ideas to meet affordability concerns of our neighbours. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Get up for a final stretch.